The Bears went to the college where Mr. Torrey has a daughter there, and he can't get enough of it. And he says, it's Indiana. Jordan, good to have you with us. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. I'm good, and you?
You got it. Doing well. We'll do pulmonary fibrosis in a minute. I believe that first game of the year, that was a classic finish against the Falcons.
Yeah.
You made that catch, and they put 4 guys on you, did everything you could to get in the end zone. How about that first play of the year against Atlanta there at the end? Was that you who caught that ball? That wasn't you.
I dropped the pass.
Who caught the ball that got stopped? Oh, you dropped the pass on that play. I thought you caught it and they tackled you short of the end zone.
I dropped the pass.
Looking at the defensive players before you try to score?
Yeah. As soon as it hit my hand, I looked away and I didn't look it all the way in.
It's funny. That showed you Atlanta was vulnerable all year. You would have won a game 24-23 that day.
Yeah, we would have won. We should have won.
Should have won. You played that way all year, though. At home, you were very feisty. You beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You were very, very good in that building. On the road, maybe not so much. You did beat Cincinnati, but very good in your building all year long.
Yeah.
And obviously, Fox, he got team play hard, and now you got Nagy here to run the ball club from Kansas City. Give me thoughts on that.
Fox, that was my guy, so I was sad to see him.
You liked him?
Yeah, he was my guy. But we need to change, especially on offense. So Nagy, he's an offensive-minded guy. That's what we need. He's going to definitely help Mitch out, continue his growth. Yeah,
he is. And Trubisky, and of course, you had I don't know if you know Hunt from Toledo. Maybe you do. But he had a great year, and so Nagy there with running backs did a good job with Hunt there last year in Kansas City.
Yeah, I actually talked to him yesterday. We had an appearance together, and he was telling me all the things about.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was telling me how he's energetic, how he's going to always put players in positions to succeed. We're going to be running trick plays, things like that. He's just going to spread the ball around.
Yeah, and he does a very good offense there in Kansas City. All right, how about Trubisky there, Jordan? Give me some thoughts. I mean, I don't know if I saw enough as a fan to get a real sense if he's the real thing. You feel he's going to be a very good quarterback, huh?
I feel like he's the real deal. He puts the time and effort in for what it takes to be a great quarterback. Just going to keep getting more pieces around him, setting up for success, and he's just going to keep playing better. The experience he got this past year was invaluable, so that definitely helped him out a lot.
And he only had you and Cohen, a little kid, so you didn't have a lot to work with there from an offensive perspective. Give him a couple of more, he might be a little better off, huh?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we put a few more pieces around, and we're going to have defense off balance this year because they're not going to know what to expect from us, and they're not going to be able to know what we're doing like they were last year.
And you got a good young defense. So if you get a receiver and you get the coach to get the quarterback to develop, you guys got a chance to be a pretty good team next year.
Yeah, we had a pretty good team last year. It was just the little things that we didn't do well, penalty there, turnover here and there, and we just weren't closing out close games. But I feel like we're definitely battle tested. We're going to be much better in those situations next year.
How about you, the adapting to the NFL here? The 16-game schedule. You're probably your second year. You feel a little better about it, but it is a tough change from Indiana where you play 7 or 8 real tough games, a couple of easy ones. NFL, there's no easy weeks. It's 16 straight with the bye week. Give me some thoughts on that. Go ahead.
The 16 game season, it's definitely long, and then you have preseason, that's 4 games. So it's definitely tough on your body, but you just have to keep taking care of your body each and every week. Getting everything you need so you be ready for the game. But yeah, like you said, you can't take any game off in the NFL. Not that I ever would, but any game is a toss-up.
Yeah, well, it is. These games they flip on a dime. No. How about preseason? Do you feel you need a lot of carries in preseason? You need 10 carries. If you don't want to play 4 preseason games, how much have you played in preseason here your first couple of years?
My first season, I played I played every preseason game.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Last year, I played 2 preseason games.
You did.
One game I missed because I had got poked in the eye, so I missed that game. But I played in 2 games. But I feel like I don't really need that many carries.
Yeah, how many do you need? In baseball, they say a hitter might need 25 at bats in spring training. How many carries does a running back need in training camp to get ready for a long year in preseason games?
Probably about 10 carries.
About 10 carries. That's what you need.
That's about it.
And catching balls out of the backfield, you need 2 or 3 of those too, probably. Right?
I need a little bit more of those, but yeah.
And then, of course, the way you go. You had. I just thought you beat Baltimore too, on the road. You had some clunkers, but you guys are pretty darn feisty all year long. This Bear team always plays hard. You know that?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely had a lot of close games. We competed with a lot of the top teams in the league, and some we won, some we didn't, but we were definitely in a lot of games.
Do you like cold weather? Do you like playing in cold weather?
I don't think anybody likes playing in cold weather, but it doesn't really bother me too much. The only thing that bothers me is my fingers and my toes. They get cold, but other than that, I can play with no sleeves. Or whatever.
You can. Wasn't the Green Bay game this year very cold? Was that the game?
No, that was my rookie year. It was very cold. It's like wind chill, like -15.
That's tough weather. I think next year is the 100th anniversary of the Packers in the NFL. 100th year. It's 100th, so NFL's going to make a big deal about it, and I guarantee you they're going to put Bears and Packers in Lambeau to celebrate, because those are the two oldest franchises. That will be fun. You have to like playing in Lambeau Field with Lombardi and the Packers and all that. How about that? You beat them a couple of years ago. Didn't you beat them a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I wasn't there. So
it was the year before.
Since I've been there, we haven't beat them. We haven't had much success against them. But if they do that, I'd definitely be excited. It's a great atmosphere to play in.
It is. Eagles run the ball pretty well. They're going to have to be successful here against New England's defense. How about those backs? Clement's good, Wisconsin. You probably know him from the Wisconsin days. And you got Blunt, and you got Ajayi. They got some good running backs, this Philadelphia team.
Yeah, they have a great group of running backs. They all do something different. LeGarrette Blunt, he's a pounder. He's gonna make somebody feel them. Ajayi, he's pretty good all around. Corey Clement, he does the third.
Catches the ball out of the backfield.
He does third down, protects. He does a lot of things well. And Kenyon Barnes, he does a great job when he gets in. So
that's four.
They have a lot you have to account for.
And how about the scenario with the Patriots? The way they use Deion Lewis, James White. Lewis is very good. White catching the ball out of the backfield. Boy, I tell you, you play with the Patriots and Belichick and you're Brady. You know if you get open as a little running back, he's going to get you the football.
Yeah, they definitely know how to use their talent. They know how to utilize their backs. They mix and match them pretty well. Deion Lewis, he definitely surprised me with some of his power, how he runs inside the holes and takes on the big defender. So he definitely surprised me with that.
You'd love to play in a big game. Indiana was pretty competitive, but you have not in your career, maybe in high school, you have not had a chance yet on the national stage to play in a real big, everybody watching kind of game.
Yeah,
whether it's a playoff game, in Indiana, Michigan, or right in the mix, or you haven't had that chance yet. That's when we're going to see how good you are. You know that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely excited for that chance when it comes. I was with some of the Eagles players yesterday, like Alshon. So I was like, wow.
Jeffrey, that's right, Bears.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was like, wow, he was just with us last year, and now he's getting ready to play in the Super Bowl. So I was like, that must be a great feeling. Now I want that feeling someday.
You went to a basketball school going to Indiana. Did you think? I'm sure you were recruited by a lot of people, but you went to a basketball school. Give me some thoughts on that for a sec.
Yeah, I knew it was a basketball school. I knew the football team had been struggling for a few years, but I saw what they had did with Tevin Coleman the year before. He ran for over 2,000 yards, so that was very enticing to me. And I saw they were bringing most of the O-line back, and I felt like the running back position was pretty open, so I felt like I could come in and take advantage of that.
Boy, that's a smart decision. You looked at the O-line roster, guys coming back, and there was an open spot. So he said, well, I can play right away. I might as well go.
Yeah, it was pretty much made for me.
They're very smart. All right, how about the pulmonary fibrosis? I know you're wearing the thing here. You're doing some good things with that. Go ahead.
I work with the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. My dad, he passed away from it, but I raise money for them. I do events and things like that. They're based out of Chicago, so that also helps.
So your dad died when you were young?
Yeah, when I was 12 years old.
Oh, boy.
My dad, he passed away from pulmonary fibrosis, so a lot of people, they don't really know what pulmonary fibrosis is, but it's a scarring of the lung tissue, and it makes it harder to breathe. Not a lot of oxygen gets to there, and that affects the brain as well. And a lot of them, they use oxygen machines when they're walking around.
Well, you played it. He saw you play youth football and all those things, right? When you were 11 and 12 years old.
Yeah, he saw me play youth football, but all the other football play he hasn't seen.
Did you when you play a game every week? Do you look up on the sky and think about it before the first snap of a ball game in the NFL?
I've been wearing a shirt since I was in 7th grade with a picture of him. So
good boy.
I don't even have to look up at the sky. So I just wear it every game, and I know that he's with me.
Good job. One of these days, the world's going to see how good you are, Jordan. Well done. Thank you, pal. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Jordan Howard, great to have him with us. Bear running back, of course. Indiana. Steve's running to get his autograph. He's been talking to him all day, Mr. Torrey. All right, we got a lot more to do. We're going to have Peter on, Ira on. We'll do our normal spots that we haven't yet done as far as the week is concerned here in Minnesota.